Here are the 10 best historical places in the world. Number 10, the Forbidden City. The Forbidden City was first built in the early 15th century as the palace of the Ming emperors of China. It is located in the center of Beijing, China, and was the Chinese imperial palace from the early Ming dynasty in 1420 to the end of the Qing dynasty in 1912. Continuing to be home of the last emperor, named Puyi, until 1924, since then it has been a museum. Built from 1406 to 1420, the palace complex has undergone many changes. After serving as the imperial palace for some 500 years, the Forbidden City became a museum, the Palace Museum, in 1925. In 1987, it was declared a World Heritage Site by UNESCO. Number 9, Stonehenge, England. Stonehenge in southern England ranks among the world's most iconic archaeological sites, and one of its greatest enigmas, the megalithic circle on Salisbury Plain, inspires awe and fascination, but also intense debate. Some 4,600 years after it was built by ancient Britons, who left no written record. The monument's mysterious past has spawned countless tales and theories. According to folklore, Stonehenge was created by Merlin, the wizard of Arthurian legend, who magically transported the massive stones from Ireland, where giants had assembled them. Another legend says invading Danes put the stones up, and another theory says they were the ruins of a Roman temple. Modern-day interpretations are no less colorful. Some argue that Stonehenge is a spacecraft landing area for aliens, and even more say it's a giant fertility symbol in the shape of female genitalia. Archaeological investigation of the site dates back to the 1660s, when it was first surveyed by antiquarian John Aubrey. Aubrey wrongly credited Stonehenge to the much later Celts, believing it to be a religious center presided over by Druid priests. Number 8, Chichen Itza. Chichen Itza is a complex of Mayan ruins on Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. A massive step pyramid, known as El Castillo or Temple of Kukulkan, dominates the ancient city, which thrived from around 600 AD to the 1200s. Graphic stone carvings survive at structures like the Ball Court, Temple of the Warriors and the Wall of the Skulls. Nightly sound and light shows illuminate the building's sophisticated geometry. Number 7, Acropolis, Greece. The history of the Acropolis goes way back. More specifically, it dates back to the Neolithic Age. In the 3rd millennium BC, a fortified settlement was built on the hill, as the location was favored by the natural protection offered by the altitude and the existence of springs on the slopes. During the Mycenaean period 1750 to 1050 BC, the settlement began to expand. After a while, the Acropolis became the center of power for all of Attica, except Elefsina. In fact, according to mythology, it was Theseus who united the small cities of Attica and formed Athens. Then the Acropolis was fortified with walls, created from large carved stones. Originally, the Acropolis was the residence of the ruler, in the place where the Erechtheion is today. However, when Athens was transformed into an asti or town, and the one-man power began to weaken, the rock became a place of religious worship. Number 6, Colosseum, Italy. The Colosseum, also named the Flavian Amphitheater, is a large amphitheater in Rome. It was built during the reign of the Flavian emperors as a gift to the Roman people. Construction of the Colosseum began sometime between CE 70 and 72, under the Emperor Vespasian. It opened nearly a decade later and was modified several times in the following years. The massive structure measured approximately 189 by 156 meters, towered 4 stories high, and included 80 entrances to the amphitheater, 76 for the patrons, 2 for participants of events, and 2 exclusively for the emperor to use. The sheer number of entrances proved to be necessary. The Colosseum could hold more than 50,000 spectators, at its maximum capacity. Number 5. Angkor Wat, Cambodia. Angkor Wat is a Hindu-Buddhist temple complex in Cambodia. Located on a site measuring 162.6 hectares within the ancient Khmer capital city of Angkor, it is considered as the largest religious structure in the world by Guinness World Records. Originally constructed as a Hindu temple dedicated to the deity Vishnu, it was gradually transformed into a Buddhist temple towards the end of the century. Number 4, Machu Picchu, Peru. Machu Picchu stands 2,430 meters above sea level, in the middle of a tropical mountain forest, in an extraordinarily beautiful setting. It was probably the most amazing urban creation of the Inca Empire at its height. Its giant walls, terraces and ramps seem as if they have been cut naturally in the continuous rock escarpments. The natural setting, on the eastern slopes of the Andes, encompasses the upper Amazon basin with its rich diversity of flora and fauna. Number 3, Pyramids of Giza. The Giza pyramids, built to endure an eternity, have done just that. The monumental tombs are relics of Egypt's Old Kingdom era, and were constructed some 4,500 years ago. Egypt's pharaohs expected to become gods in the afterlife. To prepare for the next world, they erected temples to the gods and massive pyramid tombs for themselves, filled with all the things each ruler would need to guide and sustain himself in the next world. Each of the 3 massive pyramids is but one part of a larger complex, including a palace, temples, solar boat pits, and other features. Here's what to know about who built them, how they were built, and the treasures we've discovered inside. The Great Pyramid of Giza is the largest Egyptian pyramid. It served as the tomb of Pharaoh Khufu, who ruled during the 4th dynasty of the Old Kingdom. Built 2600 BC, over a period of about 27 years, the pyramid is the oldest of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, and the only wonder that has remained largely intact. It is the most famous monument of the Giza Pyramid Complex, which is part of the UNESCO World Heritage Site, Memphis and its necropolis. It is situated at the northeastern end of the line of the 3 main pyramids at Giza. Initially standing at 146.6 meters, the Great Pyramid was the world's tallest human-made structure, for more than 3,800 years. Over time, most of the smooth white limestone casing was removed, which lowered the pyramid's height to the current 138.5 meters. What is seen today is the underlying core structure. The Great Pyramid was built by quarrying an estimated 2.3 million large blocks, weighing 6 million tons in total. The majority of the stones are not uniform in size or shape, and are only roughly dressed. The outside layers were bound together by mortar. Primarily local limestone from the Giza Plateau was used for its construction. Other blocks were imported by boat on the Nile, white limestone from Tura for the casing, and blocks of granite from Aswan, weighing up to 80 tons, for the king's chamber structure. Number 2, the Taj Mahal, India. The Taj Mahal, crown of the palace, is an ivory-white marble mausoleum on the right bank of the river Yamuna in Agra, Uttar Pradesh, India. It was commissioned in 1631 by the 5th Mughal emperor, Shah Jahan, from 1628 to 1658 to house the tomb of his beloved wife, Mumtaz Mahal. It also houses the tomb of Shah Jahan himself. The tomb is the centerpiece of a 17-hectare complex, which includes a mosque and a guest house, and is set in formal gardens bounded on 3 sides by a crenellated wall. Construction of the mausoleum was completed in 1648, but work continued on other phases of the project for another 5 years. The first ceremony held at the mausoleum was an observance by Shah Jahan, on February 6, 1643, of the 12th anniversary of the death of Mumtaz Mahal. The Taj Mahal complex is believed to have been completed in its entirety in 1653, at a cost estimated at the time to be around 5 rupees million, which in 2023 would be approximately 35 rupees billion, which is about $77.8 million US dollars. And number 1, the Great Wall of China. No visitor to Beijing leaves without at least a quick trip to the Great Wall. Great Wall, also called by the name of the Long City, is the mother of all of China's tourist attractions. It is believed that Great Wall of China is the only man-made structure that can be seen from the space. Great Wall is one of the 7 wonders of the world, and it is a World Heritage Site. It is believed that several walls were being built as early as the 7th century BC, and these walls later joined together after China's warring states unified, under the rule of Emperor Qin. Great Wall is made up of 6,259 kilometers long, spanning from Shanhaiguan in the east, to Lok Lake in the west, and is still standing tall in the modern time and is the pride of the Chinese people. The distance of the Great Wall almost covers half of the Earth's equatorial diameter. It is an incredible feat of engineering of China and the greatest handmade building structure that was ever built by mankind in ancient time. That's why this made the Great Wall a greatest ancient tourist attraction and will continue to provide breathtaking views and awesome sceneries all round the seasons. Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. And stay tuned for the next video.